Now, I started studying textbooks and took the initiative to study for love. After half a month of hard work at last, he finally went from second to last in the exam to first in the exam. Looking at the test paper given by Jiang Ren 25, Hye Yunming couldn't help but chuckle because he scored 31 points just by guessing. We need to learn from our silk fabrics, Jiang Ren impatiently told him to go away. He answered seriously and sincerely that 25 is the answer. The roots of Nihuo Meng are comparable. See how persistent he is. He Junming suggested that Meng Ting help him with tutoring. I heard that she is short of money now. I think I would agree too. Although I know that Meng Ting doesn't bother to make money from him, but he still couldn't help but run to Qishan to see her one more time. However, after waiting all afternoon, I only got my best friend, Adao Nuancheng Wei. The little coward is attracted by everything when he scares him. It turns out that Meng Ting recently asked for leave. She doesn't know the specific reason. In the end, it was Shu Lan who told Chanren Meng Ting went to F City to visit her grandparents. The one who added insults and jealousy said that Shu Jia sent her as a gift. Jingzuo asked in surprise, "Don't you know the code?" The boy hung up the phone without saying a word. Looking at the pile of study materials on the table, Li Dan began to sneer. He felt copper for the first time. It turns out that Meng Ting withdrew from his life is such a simple thing. I don't know when she left. I don't know when the group will come. Perhaps Yu Meng was blinded by hearing he is an insignificant stranger. At the same time, the girl has already boarded the plane and headed to F City. In the last 10 days of this year, in my life, Grandpa had an accident and broke his leg, and then passed away within 2 years. During this period, she and Shu's father went to the countryside twice to visit, but Grandma drove her out with a broom. At that time, she was still very sad. I don't know why my grandparents are so indifferent. Even if it's wrong for a mother to elope with a man, but doesn't she even have a chance to correct herself? Until Guishu's father passed away, only then did she understand why her grandmother was crying and driving her away, because they don't want to be Meng Ting's fault, just like he didn't want to drag Shu Yang down after being disfigured. Leave the gang, Daddy Shu specially bought Juxin. The mobile phone makes her contact with my family. Meng Ting has already thought about it. No matter what her grandparents' attitude is, she will never leave. Ding Ting wants to do something to avoid the accident of breaking his leg. But still, fortunately, Meng Shu didn't have it this time. He was kicked out by his grandmother. This also shows that her previous guess was correct. She came early in this life. Grandpa and Grandma. Strong character. It only took a few days to accept this granddaughter. Also told Meng Ting that this is her home. Sour Siju Chi fishing. Although Meng Ting had told him not to go up the mountain before, but something is about to happen. The little girl, is still relieved and wants to have a look with Guosi. As soon as she arrived at the river, she heard someone running and shouting, "I'm dead. Please help me." The little ones and 7 heads instantly panicked. I ran over and saw my grandfather still struggling in the river. She was ready to save people without hesitation, but Grandpa Li told her that someone had already gone down. Meng Ting immediately saw the familiar black ear, Yuan Ren. How could he get involved here? I didn't have time to think too much and quickly stopped to help. Fortunately, the old man only choked on a few drops of water and was fine. Only when you endure acne can you pay attention to Lu. The girl in the yellow shirt is Meng Ting. He was surprised and excited. "I finally found you." Sometimes fate is just like this. He searched for several days in F City and didn't even know that Meng Ting was in Jia. I didn't expect that he would be her grandfather. After comforting his grandfather, Meng Ting Kai picked up his head and thanked Jiang Ren. Her voice is as beautiful as a phoenix in April. Blow away all the resentment in the male body room. Tilda empty Jiang Ren lowered his eyes and looked at her, saying, "Please." When the old man got up, he realized that he seemed to have twisted his foot just now. Meng Ting struggled to help her grandfather walk towards home. The queen still couldn't bear it and ran to the old man and knelt down in front of him. "Come up, I'll carry you." The little girl is still puzzled. How could Jiang Ren be out of sight here? The old man feels sorry for his granddaughter. Seeing that the young man is so enthusiastic, he is not polite anymore. "Thank you so much." Gai Juice Mengxin also agreed and said thank you, but Jiang Ren was cold and cold. I looked at her and didn't seem to appreciate it. Xiao Yadu panicked instantly. "I don't know where I provoked this man again." She is like a child who has done something wrong, carefully and patiently sneeze with Sui Jiang, until his irritated Ib Meng Ting went to the front to bring rot. The little girl then obediently walked around to him. The spring breeze carries a few pear blossoms through the girl's dark hair. She is as beautiful as if she stepped out of a painting. On the other hand, I am dirty, smelly, and embarrassed. So he coldly called Kumeng Yiting. Come and get rid of my first-class stuff. There is a hint of arrogance in the tone of the command. Meng Ting smiled and raised his hand to come closer. There is no trace of disgust in my eyes. Pluck the pear blossoms off his bow and tell him gently, there is really no such thing this time. Jiang Renwei smiled and said yes. It turns out that she will also treat herself with such tenderness the boy couldn't bear it anymore and took a cold bath directly. Meng Ting saw him naked as soon as he opened the door. The little girl's face almost turned pale. Put down your clothes and sneak away. But just after the door was closed, Jiang Ren called her down again. The boy has a lazy voice, Meng Ting Zai. I don't need to wear Neiku's Ming. This question is too straightforward. The little girl's ears are red. He explained through the door. Conditions here are limited. How about you go buy some in Phoenix tonight? The boy decisively refused. Not so good, Meng Tingai has no choice but to compromise. Then I'll go and find a way to find a solution. As a result, the tormentor rushed out and blocked her. Lao Yu also wants to look good, okay? If you don't want to wear it, don't wear it. At most, it will only take an hour or two. In fact, Meng Ting didn't really want to go with him. Grandma discusses the boy's inner treasure. She blinked and looked at Jiang Ren. It's rare to see him look so jealous and shy. Ping Kei pulls it as hard as 250000 to 80000 yuan. As a result, now I am so depressed that I don't even have to wear that. It's kind of funny when you think about it. The boy was still angry about her leaving without saying goodbye, but seeing her smile made all the anger disappear. For thank you for your patience, Grandma cooked a table of food. Grandpa Xuanzun brought out Lao Baigan, which he had treasured for many years during the dinner. Mai was full of praise for this young man. Having a good heart is also frugal. Where is he from? What to do in our Litiao village? Meng Ting Shui Lingling attracted him. I'm afraid that this bad guy will say something that I should and shouldn't say. Jiang Ren looked at her lazily reply from the corner of his eye. I am from City B. This question is about talking to my girlfriend. The little girl was speechless and died. This person can still ring in the face and make a fuss at night, Meng Ting. Lying down on the bed, 3 dishes is the most disturbing thing. Grandpa sprained his foot after falling into the water. It is estimated that Yong Kui has ordered it for a long time. He also learned a lesson from this incident. Come to think of it, I wouldn't have broken my leg in my previous life. She just relaxed. Wei Tihung LW arrived. R. Moju text messages. I am waiting for you in sacrificial building. Yi? Even thinking about it, I thought it was from Jiang Ren. Meng Ting didn't want to pay attention to him. Tactful reply. It's getting late. Jiang Ren replied almost instantly. Can't sleep. Yue sat up from the bed with excitement. As a guy, he would bully her in every possible way. Meng Ting went downstairs, and sure enough, he saw the tall figure under the moonlight. Although it's a bit harmful, he cannot be raised even for 10 days. He has to force himself to remove and pull out his skin. Wake up, Grandpa and Grandma. Jiang Ren asked her to go far away before talking. Actually, she was also very suspicious. Would a murderer from the previous generation really take the initiative to save people? Lang Ru didn't go far before he stopped. There was a hint of smile in Jiang Ren's eyes. Meng Ting Grandpa said he could satisfy one of my requests. What do you think I should mention? Child 4. Urgent you, don't stand in a way that makes it difficult for him. The boy smiled evilly and came closer. Don't embarrass him. Is it okay to make things difficult for you? Meng Ting wanted to say no, but I also feel that he is very uncomfortable in love. So Beineng reluctantly agreed, but it cannot be done. Love is not enough. Professional Zhang Renqiu. Rank smiles. This is not allowed and that is not allowed. It was you who made the request, and it was I who made the request. The little girl was blind and could only look at him blankly. Jiang Ren knew that the request he made next was despicable, but he had to mention it. After hesitating for a long time, he finally spoke. Meng Ting. You break up with Song Shujiaxiao? Jay was confused. They didn't talk about it. How was it going? Gong Tishu Jiang Ren thought she was reluctant to part with him. His expression also began to become lonely. Meng Ting almost couldn't help laughing. learn his language, and answer solemnly, good. The boy didn't believe that she would agree so easily. He took out his cell phone and asked her to show it to Sujia in person. Munggan was embarrassed, Kuyao. What did she say? Sure enough, people, once they lie, We need to use lies to cover up Gangan Chawan's life. Before she could think of a countermeasure, Jiang Ren has already dialed the number. After a moment, Zhu Jia's voice came from the battle. The little concubine is about to cry. Bei Ning, bite the bullet and open the mouth. I am Meng Ting Shu. Jia was surprised to ask her about her life at Grandma's house. Meng Ting was a little helpless. I'm fine, thank you. Suddenly, a hand grasped her shoulder. Jiang Ren's eyes were cold, and he reminded her to give her a hand quickly. D/touch. The girl is ashamed. The shame is limited to closing her feet. One step manga. He didn't wait for Nadu's reaction before he hung up. Shu Jia will definitely think she is crazy. Jiang Ren touched the corners of her eyes with satisfaction. Why didn't you cry? The girl is really tired. He was surrounded by broken stew pots and broken frames. Because I don't like him, the boy's drugged love stagnated for a moment. Bottom, Chen Mengting felt the waist and upper part. He hugged me tightly, the boy under the sky, full of stars, smiling heartily. The look in his eyes seemed to be filled with stars. The girl struggled to let him down quickly, but Bian Ren hugged her and spun her around. Mengting, I'm so happy. However, after Gao's death, he began to go crazy again. He pinched his cheeks and threatened fiercely. If you dare to play tricks on me, it's over. Mengting also felt that she was almost done with treatment. I just turned around a few times and my soul flew away. Suddenly, I anticipated a question. If you don't like it, why did you kiss him? The young girl blushed so much, tell him it has nothing to do with you. The boy's domineering touch touched her lips. If you don't like it, why don't you kiss him? You also like Khan. Do you have to give me a kiss too? Auntie may be kind and tolerant. Covering his mouth and refusing to let go. Jian Zhongyu and Shu Jia kiss, he helped me pick up the snowflakes that day. You saw it wrong. The unwillingness and jealousy lingering in the boy. You for a long time floated away along with Mengting's Jiao words. Cold, his eyes are full of tenderness, Mengting. Don't lie to me, I really can't stand it.